And then next we had Wreck-It Ralph of It. A couple months later, we went to go see Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. And this is when we started doing them whenever we would see movies. It was kind of like almost every time that we saw a movie together, we would do whatever movie we saw of it. And then I would always like add a caption that was like a really obscure like joke from the movie. This isn't even from the movie. I put Linda has dumplings.
I was gonna ask,
as the caption.
I don't know what that means.
I think there's like, so on the poster for this movie, there's like comments somewhere or like tweets. And I'm pretty sure there was like really tiny in one of the corners or something. There was a tweet that said Linda has dumplings, and we must have noticed that. And then I just like put that. We thought that was funny or something, and then I put that as the caption.
It was probably something that Parker picked up on. And he was like,
Linda has
dumplings, right, guys? And then we all
Parker has a knack for like taking like something that shouldn't really be funny, but then just like making it funny by just hammering it in. More, you know what I mean? I think he plays into the lack of humor. You know,
he laughs at himself because he knows that what he's laughing at is
so
that
stupid.
Funny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Also, I don't remember really liking that movie.
No. I remember liking it when we first saw it, but I think it was more because we were all together watching it and it was just kind of a fun time. But I went back and watched it again. It is like a pretty awful movie. it's pretty
It's
bad.
not that good. I've seen it since too. And some of the pop culture references are like fun. They're like fun the first time, but then when you're actually looking at it as a movie, it's like, oh damn, this is actually not that good.
No, the first movie, pretty good. I think it's still really pretty good movie. Second one, you can skip the second one. You don't have to watch it. You don't really
I'm questioning our thought process behind having this as the first like movie of an.
Well, I think it was just because this was like the first movie that we saw after the Donavan craze started, right? Because I don't really remember what movies came out in 2018 besides this and Spider-Verse and Incredibles. We could have done Incredibles 2 of it.
You know what? That movie is also kind of mid.
I agree. I don't think
we went to see Spider-Verse.
See, there's all these movies. Yeah, no, actually we did.
Oh.
We did see Spider-Verse together.
Did we really?
Yeah. And then we did Into the Donnerverse. And it's weird because it came out during Christmas, but we saw it in January. Had you already seen it at this point, and then you were just seeing it again with us?
I think I was just seeing it again. That's probably why I don't remember.
That's probably what happened. I think this was my first time seeing it, but you probably had already seen it by that point.
I had already seen it, yeah. Damn, look at that pose. I'm like constipated or something.
No, you're trying to look like a...
No, I know what I was doing. I'm not pulling it off super
I don't know.
well.
I thought there was someone on the poster that kind of you're trying to look like Miles, right?
Yeah, that's the marching band sweatshirt also.
Yeah. That was one from that year. It must have been. This was your first year doing it. Right, my last year doing it. Okay, so next we have Detective Pikachu. So this is another one where we saw a movie. That was the day that Detective Pikachu came out, and we went to go see that. Do you remember this day, I think, was also the day that we got together to study for the chemistry final exam? We did like an advanced like chemistry class in high school, and I remember we got together with Cody to study for it, and it was brutal. That class was tough for me.
That was a tough class, and I'm pretty sure that final international baccalaureate test that we took, I'm pretty sure only 2 people in the class actually passed.
It, yeah. So then after that, we went to go see Detective Pikachu.
To ease the tension.
To ease the tension.
Pain,
yeah, and
studying for that test.
Yeah, because it was pretty rough.
I do remember being incredibly excited for this movie though.
Oh yeah, I was excited.
It lived up to the hype, I think.
It did. I don't think it's a nice job, dude. Did you eat all the bag fries? You better have eaten.
I don't remember. I don't think I did. Oh no, I did.
Oh, you did. Okay. I don't think it's not like a masterpiece of cinema, but like I don't think it needed to be that. You know what I mean?
No,
it was an interesting idea to do like a live action Pokemon movie, and I think
it's just exciting to see Pokemon up on the big screen. Honestly.
It was because like I don't know, for a while I felt like Pokemon was kind of like more of a niche thing, even around this time. But
after Pokemon Go?
Well, I think Pokemon Go definitely brought it up a lot. But this was this was definitely had a hand in like making Pokemon more of a like everyone knew what it was now.
Pokemon was at a peak.
At an all-time high during around this era, I'd say, yeah, for sure. And now I think, especially with the Switch generation, like Pokemon is just like everyone kind of knows what it is, even if you don't play it. Next we got Toy Story 4 of it. So we saw Toy Story 4. What do you think of Toy Story 4? Looking back,
should I expose Aiden? I remember going and seeing this movie, and he went with us, and I remember afterwards, like, he just could not stop talking about Bo Peep's ass. Do you remember that? That's the main thing I remember from that day, is that, like, we left the theater, and he was like, dude, like, Bo Peep, they made her, like, so caked up in that movie, right? What did you think of Toy Story 4?
I thought you were going to ask me, what do you think of Bo Peep's ass?
No.
I think Toy Story 4 is actually a really good movie. And a lot of people shit on it because of the ending. And also kind of its existence as a whole, because I think a lot of people are like, why did you make another Toy Story? It ended so perfectly with the third one. But what I really admire about Toy Story 4 is that it kind of teaches you about, like, a really important aspect of life. And that's that, like, sometimes people don't always stay together. People fall into different interests. They, you know, grow apart sometimes. Maybe not even that they grow apart, but they just, like, they have divergent paths, you know?
I think that's a good message.
I think that that's a good message that not a lot of animated movies teach you.
Yeah, I mean, so many people like the ending of Toy Story 3, obviously.
It's a really good
It's like
ending,
they all end up together again.
Yeah,
but
and it's like a new beginning.
And I definitely, when this movie came out, I was a hater. I was like, they should have just ended it with Toy Story 3, but upon further reflection, I do think it's a worthy...
I think so.
And they're going to make a Toy Story 5.
And they're going to make a Toy Story 5. That I'm a little bit like, what are you going to do with that? But
Buzz leaves now?
Buzz leaves now, yeah, sure. He has the same arc as Woody in this movie.
Woody's going to be getting some of that Bo Peep.
Oh my god, yeah. Oddly enough, I think one of the only other, like, animated movies that comes to mind that also had a similar message was Ralph Breaks the Internet. Because it also ended with both of them.
That's true.
But that movie is shit. I hate that movie. Anyway, next we had Spider-Man Far From Home again. I think this was my second time seeing it. I like this movie a lot. It's probably not like peak Spider-Man, but it's like definitely it's
very fun.
Good. It's very fun.
And it has a good twist.
Yes, even though I feel like a lot of people saw the twist coming. I, as someone who isn't like super big on like comic book lore, not that I don't like it, but it's just I don't know a lot about it. I wasn't like expecting it completely, but you kind of could see where it was going.
Was I doing a deep dab there? Go back.
You were doing a deep dab.
I was doing the deep dab.
Holy shit.
I still have that emote. We both said that, so like...
With no like emotion. Like,
I still have that emote.
Like it's a bad thing or something.
I'm ashamed.
Alright, next we got Sonic the Hedgehog event. So saw Sonic the Hedgehog movie. That was a pretty big deal.
That was hype. That was on Valentine's Day.
Coming out, that was, you know, they had that whole controversy with the original Sonic design, and then enough people pressed about how bad the design was, and they ended up changing it for the final movie.
It is a good movie. I will say I think in hindsight Detective Pikachu holds up better in my mind than the Sonic the Hedgehog. I still like this movie. It's just I don't like it as much.
The thing about this movie is it's kind of generic, you know, and like its plot and like execution, and you know, it's charming. It's a charming movie, but I just think Detective Pikachu was more like kind of creative.
Yeah.
Looking back,
it's a little more creative, and it like this movie does the thing that always kind of takes me out of animated CGI movies like this, where like he entered the real world, and like he's from this like imaginary.
I don't know why they decided to do that with Sonic of all characters.
I don't know, because like even in the Sonic games, like, well, I guess it's different game by game, but like usually they coexist with humans, you know?
Yeah.
It's like there's like the human society, but then also Sonic and his friends exist like in a different part of the world, you know? They're gonna have a third one.
They are gonna have a third one this year. And I am excited for that. Because I think it'll be fun. I did like the second movie more than this one.
I like the second movie more, and I think the third one is going to be even better because they're going to have Shadow in it.
And they're going to have Live and Learn.
They're going to have Live and Learn, and they're going to have the f***ing truck chasing him, probably.
Oh, from Escape from the City?
From Escape from the City.
And then Jim Carrey's coming back?
I really hope that they have a scene. Did you see recently that they confirmed the actor for Maria?
Yes.
So that
and everyone was...
That means that a little girl is going to get gunned down in this movie.
Well, I remember going on Twitter and seeing that, like, they didn't officially say that person was her, I don't think. But it was very clearly like, this is...
She confirmed it since.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she said, I am playing Maria.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then everyone in the comments was like, yo, she's gonna fucking die! Oh, and then here's more comments. So, our friend Mitchell Griffin, who we went to school with, said, great movie, perfect role for Jim Carrey. And then Aiden said, no. And then Mitchell Griffin said, you are Mom Gay. And then Aiden said, no, you are Mom Gay.
I can imagine that conversation playing out in real life, too.
Specifically,
Aiden be like, no, you are Mom Gayer.
Okay,
oh shit!
Look at this. This is literally like a year, almost like over a year later. And look how your hair changed.
My hair.
Yeah. So when I said earlier that we're gonna see the evolution of your hair, I kind of lied because it's just kind of sudden.
Yeah,
I feel like,
it just
but
happens.
it's over the course of a year, obviously. This was like I think one of the first movies that I saw in the theater after COVID. I like Free Guy. I think it's a pretty fun movie.
I like Free Guy.
It's fun. It's just kind of like you have a fun time watching it. Jacksepticeye's in it.
That's true.
Ninja's in it.
Ninja is in it.
Pokemon.
I don't even remember Ninja being in it.
Chris Evans. So that was that. And so yeah, that was just us seeing the movie. And then the next one, we saw Shang-Chi event.
Also a good movie.
Also a pretty good movie, but definitely in the higher tier of Marvel movies post Endgame.
I would say. Yeah. I'd say it's one of my top.
Yeah, but
that being said, I haven't seen all of them.
I have also not seen all of them.
Is the thing that I'm doing? Is this the 10 rings pose? I don't know.
Maybe, but then Aiden commented Gangnam Style, but I don't know why he did. Like, was there Gangnam Style in the movie?
No, I think he just Gangnam Style. I don't know.
And then we saw No Way Home event.
No Way Home event.
Yeah, we saw that's the name of the movie, No Way Home event. This was a really good movie. This was a fun time. I don't know, like, okay, when I look back at No Way Home, I have a really hard time determining if it was actually like a good movie or if it was just like the hype of it.
Yeah.
Like I can't tell.
I have a similar problem with it because I actually like the other two Spider-Man movies more.
Oh, really?
In the trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
I still like this movie,
right.
But like you, I don't know if I like it just because it's like so self-referential to all of Spider-Man. I think it actually is a good movie.
I think it's not a bad movie.
It rests on its laurels a lot. Like there's a lot of like tropes of like Spider-Man in general, like Aunt May dying and spoilers, stuff like that.
Everyone's seen this movie. Made $1 billion.
Yeah,
I think $2 billion.
If you're watching this video and you haven't seen this movie, then like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But it's also one of the ones that I think is in the upper echelon of post-Endgame Marvel movies.
I mean, I agree.
I appreciate that they didn't dip too hard into the MCU stuff. Like, they have Doctor Strange, but that's kind of it, you know?
That's true, yeah. I mean, through and through, like, it is like a Spider-Man-driven movie.
Yeah.
So I do like that.
I appreciate when Marvel movies are more self-contained.
Oh! And we have a little Keaton cameo.
Keaton.
Yeah.